We've seen our equipment. Now let's take a look at the competition. This is state-of-the-art in the oil spill industry. Theirs versus ours. Theirs can't operate in excess of a half a knot. They spend more than half their time stopped. Look, there's no prop wash, no wake. You can see it's not moving. Theirs recovers 50% oil and 50% water maximum and leaves uncollected oil on the surface. Let's take another look at ours. Ours sweeps at 5 knots continuously. Watch the oil flow into the system. You can see it's moving. We can't fake it. All visible oil is removed from the water. 98% oil, 2% water is collected in our tanks. We can sweep 4 square miles in 24 hours, clean, with no residue left on the surface whatsoever. Let's take a look at some other state-of-the-art equipment. This is the highly respected Norwegian system, and it's massive. That's a full-size boat that must be 22, 25 feet long, sitting alongside the boom. This is a boom reel and the crane that's necessary to operate it, and oil sweeping right under the boom. This is a pond skimmer that was developed in ponds, and it can't pick up this oil. Oil is only on the surface. That is, the oil is not being forced under those booms by those trochoidal waves that you're looking at. The current can easily exceed a couple knots when those waves come through. This massive boom is leaking oil out the back, collecting oil in the front, and we're going to see an air shot of this in just a minute, that there is no way this boom can collect oil. It's physically impossible. That's Moyewick's lens that you're looking at. Dr. Moyewick, the famous man who said that you can't collect oil with anything in the water when the current's in excess of half a knot. This is the same Norwegian system we were just looking at from the back of the skimmer boat. This oil is oil that has leaked through the system just as we saw it leaking through, and again, as Dr. Wick says, you can see it go right through that boom, and here it's going right through the skimmer boom, and that's exactly what happens. This system was developed for use in oil ponds, where oil accumulates in a pond with no current. What we're looking at is the lens, again from Dr. Moyewick's, in the back of a catenary boom, as we just saw in the pictures before. So it can't be moving a half a knot, or it wouldn't have this much oil in it. And the back of this system, at the apex of the boom, if you can call it that, is a vessel that's being towed sideways through the water. This is another state-of-the-art system at Valdez. This system was obviously influenced by our V-angle technology. Take a look over the right side of the screen. You'll see the oil is being pushed by the booms towards some object in the back. This system uses a continuous flat belt to pick up the oil back at the apex of our boom system. How that can work remains to be seen. It's obviously working in oil. There's obviously some oil involved in the pickup. However, when we look at the system here, you see that there's no movement on the oil right at the top of the screen where the oil is coming into the system. This oil is sitting there quiet, as if it were in a quiet pond. I suspect that the two pictures don't go together. This system can't pick up oil because it'll make a bow wave in front of this big flat plane, and the oil is pushed in front of the bow wave, as Dr. Moyewick says. It'll underflow the equipment. So obviously they had to slow down, defeating the purpose of the boom that has a V in it and allows them to collect oil at a higher rate of speed. You can see this equipment is really not moving in any of these pictures more than about a half a knot. Take another look. There it is again. See the lens effect just immediately to the right of this gentleman's elbow. This picture was taken during the Exxon Valdez spill and clearly indicates that booms towed in a catenary curve simply don't work. Yet all of the quote-unquote state-of-the-art equipment you have just seen utilizes this disproven principle. State-of-the-art? Something to think about. Our system skims at 5 knots. That's 8.44 feet per second. 4 square miles in 24 hours, swept clean. 98% oil, 2% water in the tanks. Most important, no visible oil left on the water. You be the judge.